validates you. Alright. There's one shithead. Let's grab another shithead. Actually, you're gonna go on a rope halter. Because otherwise you're gonna yank on it. The rudest horse I own. My tenfold. Like little joke on the fact that like I was just like this will work great for everybody but Vivi. Oh, you know what? Okay, at least Vivian's gone. Putting them on the walker. She hated the walker. She was the only one who knew how to like stop it. And she was big enough to stop it. So like everybody else walks. All right. You people are so weird. How similar you are. Well, I will have a lot of mother-daughter combinations on the farm. How cool would that be? Okay. It's literally the one that... Yeah. Yep. That sucked. 0 start. Would not recommend. Always interesting to see the waters in the wheelbarrow. Oh, okay. That was more than necessary. And it's also interesting in spring when you get to be like, well, it's not actively raining, so calm down. Gotta be happy for every second it's not actively pouring. actually, like, kind of along the lines of it's not currently raining, I should probably take a clean out. But I'm going to post that to tomorrow and see if it's not technically raining then. The white head here. I'm trying to keep it clean. Nice thing though about fur is if it does get dirty, you just rub it in like snow or ice. Hey guys. Yeah. You had to retire your heart horse. Mine died, so at least you got retirement. It's gonna be, so I have the walker going, and that's gonna be what saves my ass right now, is everybody gets put out on the walker while I clean 2 stalls. And so right now, Roxanne and Raina, for mother-daughter, are out there doing laps. And then I'll trade them out. Over and over and over again. Joey, that was rude. I don't even know what you're doing, but it's rude. It's only Tuesday, holy fuck. There's going to be about 8 days of rain. And so I can't turn out the horses when it's going to be really atrocious out, so that sucks. plugging in lights helps. By far, though, the worst part about this sort of weather isn't even, like, it's mostly the fact that the weather changes around so much that the horses get sick. I clearly got sick. Like, it's definitely the sickness. Down with the sickness sucks. And that is exactly what I fucking am. So, at least you guys know this is no fake shit. No AI here. Because, yeah, I'm only human. I'm sick. It is cold and gross. Welcome to Vermont. Pretty stoked though, they're out there walking their asses off. Just helps get them all a little more fit as a fiddle. At least makes them stretch their legs. Well, there's nothing we can do. Kind of gone over this over the nation. I know that some people don't get mud season. They either live where it's really sandy or where it's just really dry. But mud season is because glacier days, Vermont was essentially a part of the bottom part of a river, apparently. And makes it so we have a bunch of silt or clay. For those who don't know, I did forestry my senior year. So soil examinations and dealing with management is actually something I do a lot of. And yeah. Trying to keep that from having a problem. I don't know why it is. Alright, that's a little better. I have no idea what you guys are doing. But. So this is going to make it a little different, that I'll end up going through and getting every stall individually perfected. And then at the end, I'll go through and water them all. So, like, I won't wait to hay them, which I guess I didn't do a couple days ago. But, like, sometimes I'll go through, clean them all, go through, clean them all, or go through, empty all the water buckets, etc., etc. But now it will be, like, everything in one stall, everything in the next stall. Except for the water, because I don't have a hose that turns on and off. I just kinked the end, so that will be a little different. Good morning. I clean the stalls every day. There have been times I've discussed doing them twice a day, but the problem is it takes me just as long to go through them in the afternoon as it does, like, if I go through them once, it takes me about 10-15 minutes. If I go through them twice, it's about 30 minutes a day. So, like, there's no reason to waste that much time when they're not that bad. So just once a day. That way I don't waste my time. More time to respond to fans and stuff, but you guys doing? It is nasty out. Oh, loving her lower feet. So also interestingly, when they are in like this, I actually spread the bedding around a little different, and the reason is because they don't tend to spin as much. I'm not sure why, but it changes how I end up doing your stall. Ellie, what the hell is that about? It's usually a stifle or a itch of some sort. Ooh, I'm hot. That's kind of gross, so this one's gonna get dumped. But the other one's full. Okay. Now to get hay. The fuck? Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking Roxanne because she normally goes out back, but I'm gonna grab Raina. I'm gonna trade her out for Ellie, and then we'll clean Ellie's stall. Clearly, being that there's 4 arms, you're supposed to be able to put 4 horses on this. I don't know if it's because mine are draft or stubborn or what, but I've never been able to do that. Poor Roxanne's gonna get a lot of miles in because of the fact that her stall is technically at the back end of the barn. So if you're calling me Sam, that is a giant ball for the horse to play with. My name's not Sam, so I don't know what you're talking about. Get Ellie's stall cleaned. I'm very excited that Ellie is pregnant this year. I'm very excited in general. Not that the studs actually bring that much to the table. I feel like more of the mare comes out in a foal than the stud. However, I like our little guy. I do wish he was a little taller, but I do like Striker enough that if we could get a hitch of all horses that look like him, related by him, etc., that would really help with bringing uniformity to the hitch. So that is one thing I am heavily aiming for. Someday I kind of wish that I could not own the stud, and what we would do instead is just choose a stud elsewhere on the farm and promote the shit out of it. Finley's father is one. It would be really nice to just produce a lot of those. I'm not going to say I didn't like him. However, I am going to say that for the first year that I was doing my own breeding, I didn't see it worth stressing out another family with trying to get the breeding done with them and me. So, because I had my own stud, I could be a little more relaxed about getting the semen on the right timings. I know I would do things different now for maybe next year or the year after. I'm not sure, but I know I learned a lot of doing my own. And I'm very thankful not to be working with the same vet, because I'm pretty sure that's going to end up being in my favor. Just breaks my heart. You know, it was really turning into a bad relationship, and yeah. Don't think I'm gonna last dress, so I'm kind of getting overheated. Fucking hate being sick. hot and then cold, and then hot and then cold. Looking like a ninja with a white band on. Everybody's gonna be like, where are your wranglers at? Where are your wranglers at? Well, I don't want to drag them through the mud. And there's a lot of mud right now. So it's much easier to wash off boots. So I can't really, wearing the freaking wranglers and dragging them through the mud makes such a disgusting mess later in my car, in the kitchen, in my washing machine. It's just practical not to wear jeans. How's everybody else doing? Has anybody else gotten a flu through the end? Okay, don't let your winter out. What's that mean? Has anybody gotten cold or flu this season? This is the first one I've gotten, so I'm honestly pretty lucky. Yes, everything. Hey. This one's pretty much wrecked her stall. Little hog. Look at my blue, look at my... How long is that song? They played it in court. Oh, that bird's gonna piss me off. The weather is extremely bipolar. It sucks. Yesterday it was like gorgeous, windy, which is what was bringing this in. It was so dry. Vermont actually had a brush fire yesterday, and how are you guys doing? We had a lot of people that moved into our state in 2020 do the safety ratings, and like for COVID, it wasn't a bad place to live. You know, there was, we always had small grocery stores and whatever, but essentials were still open, and we don't really have a lot of restaurants. So like, we have probably more grocery stores than we have restaurants. And so we had a lot of people that moved into our state in 2020, and they instantly regretted it because, as you guys can see from this live, the views in Vermont die in spring. I still can't believe it wasn't that long ago that somebody was like, spring in Vermont's gorgeous. No, it's literally the only time it's ugly to be here. It's just nasty. So, no hate on my state. It's my favorite, but whatever. You can actually tell when there's a fake account talking to you because there's an account talking to you. I don't talk on any of my TikToks. I don't really follow people back. Probably why TikTok hates me, but it does make it so you know you're talking to a scammer. I'm not going to be able to do this as fast as I normally do because I just need to breathe. And I can't breathe. Motherfucker. There we go. Got it. Okay. It's like always one way or the other. And today apparently it is going to be hot. Not doing well. Everybody's always asking me to use this shovel when I do this, and it's like the most inconvenient way. It's like putting a fork. Not impossible, but fucking pain in the ass. Look at my blizzard, look at mom, look at mom, alright. I have no idea what you're talking about. So, grab Ellie though. So, obviously, Mother Nature forgot to put a sky up today. It's ugly as shit out, so that's cool. And we're gonna end up pulling out the next one. Hi, honey. Here comes Ben. Go for it. If that halter stays on that horse, I'll be fucking shocked. I should have probably grabbed another whatchamacallit, but I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah, so anyhow, Vermont does that every now and again. They forget to put the sky in the air. Language is English. Good. Get this picked up. Actually, here. This is gonna cut this. Thanks, guys. Look at my Lisa. Look at her. This is that super soft, fine stuff. I think if the foal's gonna learn how to eat, if the foal's gonna eat fucking hay, what am I trying to say? It's gonna be on this stuff. So, get this to the other barn. I'll continue through here. All right. Part of having horses, right? It's what, orphanfuls? Yeah, it is so gross. Off and on. The worst part about spring is that it shows you it could be 70 degrees and dry out, and then it doesn't stay 70 degrees and dry out. Now, the other thing that sucks is that I'm still overheating because I got a fever and then apparently it's breaking right now. So, but I'm also cold, but I'm also hot, so I'm gonna end up stripping down a little bit. Then you guys are gonna pick on me because obviously with the fever breaking, it's got really fucking hot. This is gonna make me cool off. Probably only gonna make me sicker. Who fucking knows? But my dad used to pick on me if I tried to wear a long sleeve with shorts. He'd be like, "You look weather confused." Yeah, you just see me now, Dad. He'd still tell me I look weather confused. Back at it. I only have 3 more stalls to go, so we can do this, right? Just can't decide how much of this is worth throwing out versus not. She has the longest coat still on the farm. It's just her. The younger they are, the worse they are about growing a coat that's normal, and worse about like getting rid of that coat. So, yeah, that's gonna suck. She's gonna smell like ass after this week. It's gonna suck. Come on, Lisa, come on, oh, come on, do. My best recovery tips. I'm obviously trying to take in a lot of liquids right now. So I'm having to pee a lot. I just had to pee behind the barn. That's where I was for a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not even sure which one that was. I do technically need to give the baby a little bit of dewormer. The fact that she's been eating, as weather changes, also just a sickness. I mean, I do leave the farm at some point, and it's to work at a dentist's office. And I don't even think that's necessarily where it is, because I've never gotten the flu while working at the dentist's office. I don't have the flu now, thank God. It's just a cold. But Bentley! However, when you have coworkers who have kids, those little brats bring in everything. Germy little fuckers they are. So. It's winter, things are fluctuating, things are dirty, you can't air anything out, there's no sun to bacteria. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get it eventually. So, pollen has not been bad here. Holy shit. We are lucky if things dry up ever again. Hey! Finley! You're gonna get a call. That'll teach her. Look at her. I do love the butt thang song. It was so funny. I don't let go. It's actually right here. It doesn't do it now when I'm going live. I don't like swimming. I just like chasing the big butt women. We gonna do that butt thing. I'm just gonna suck, but I totally have to go dump this before I get this all done. I don't think I'm gonna get this fit. She's got the motivation of her mother, which is Tilly. Let's get that dumped. Hey guys. So I'm hot because I've got a cold or flu or something. I think it's just a cold. I'm not like down and out and I'm not puking, so we're gonna call it a cold. But it's kind of gross in Vermont today, that's for sure. Milo is the vein of Kaiser's existence. Oh, he hates him. Don't even blame him. We should all hide and go seek. She's lucky the setup's inside. Almost done her stall and she'll be off. Then it'll be Joey's turn. Joey's a champ on the walker. Joey is, if the walker was therapy, Joey thinks he's gonna beat it. Hey, Finley! Keep moving, dum-dum! They sit there all stretched out fighting it instead of just walking. You want to talk about how they forgot that that's what they're bred for? So, tomorrow that will be a little different. Won't happen tomorrow. Training horses is just convincing them that you've got a better idea than they've got. Poor Roxanne. She's like, what the fuck is going on? I don't like golf. I'm born up in Vermont. The dust is nothing, man. It's not a problem. I'm not gonna wear a mask while doing chores. Thousands of years, this has not been the health issues of the problem. I'm gonna keep yelling if I want to. That's funny. Horses are never broke. They don't have a stable income. Gonna kill that fucker. She's gonna go get the wrath of me. Get her! Finley! You little shithead. Baby Fen Fen. You boy. Come here, boy. Can you do it? I want to tell you guys, so like Joey's tactic of the hot walker is that he can beat it. You'll see that he's like going to be ahead of it the entire time. Versus like Roxanne, who's like, I can get dragged by this, it's fine. He's fucking awesome. I love that horse. He's a beast. He's a boss. So yesterday at one point, Logan asked me if I could ever pull Joey back into being a wheel with Striker, so that way I don't have to use Tilly, because Tilly's kind of a weakling. And I can't. And the reason being is that Joey is entirely too much of a lead horse. He is just going to be a beast, and he's going to try to get out front, and then once he's out front, he wants to go. So that's not a trait that you get on a lot of horses, and he's got it. And yeah, you can't hold that bitch back. You don't want to put that in your wheel, because it's going to try to run over all your other horses. You're going to spend your entire time just holding him back when you need to be steering the leaders. Not that you don't steer the wheels as well, but still more focused on that aspect. So I am busy this afternoon. I have work in less than half an hour. It's a good thing I'm getting through these. This horse is going to need a whole load of brand new bedding. Especially being that he's perfection and he deserves it. Not supposed to have a gelding on a heritage farm, but this one, man, he is a doll. I love him to pieces. Only farming. ha. Okay, so next, I gotta dump this wheelbarrow, and then I'm going to bring him a whole fresh load. Joey, it's not hard enough to just walk. He's out there like playing, tossing his head around too, because like it's not just enough for him to walk and do it, but he's like, no, no, no. I could have been doing 4 times that while doing this, and oh my god. Okay. But we're not gonna do just one, we're gonna do 2 for him because he deserves it. Whoa. Not good. So, la la la, la 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 la. I don't like using the other shovel. This one works better. I've gone over that so many times. Some horses stay a lot cleaner the more bedding you give them, and some horses actually get grosser, so. I don't know which one he is, really. We'll find out. Stretching it out, man, I do not feel good. So I love JoJo, and I think he's gonna want to stay out for a little bit. Roxanne's been out here for a while, so we're gonna actually take in Roxanne. She can hang out back. I finished last stall. Man, a while, you guys will watch. Joey will just do circles like this instead. The door. Easy, big guy. No reason to run. He just loves doing it. I don't know why, but he does. Oh. Last stall, so then I can head off. Does he listen to you that good all the time? Yeah, most of the time. This stall is weird. She's okay. Not the most unorganized one. Actually, in general, a lot of my horses are pretty fucking organized compared to when I do other people's stalls. Both of those horses have been rehabbed on that walker before, so. Georgia's in the house. I'm up in Vermont. The weather is as climately confused as I look I am. Just matching Mother Nature at this point. Those two are motivator walkers. They are actually related to each other. Most of the horses in the barn are in distance, and some closer than others. In general, that would make sense because I'm aiming for similar looks, and by getting similar bred, you get similar looks. So. $83, God, I fucking wish. I think yesterday it was 71. And then today is, I don't know, in the 50s. Some of you guys would probably consider that cold, but I've been getting used to, obviously, the 30s, 28. So doubling that feels a lot better. Yes, it is new only barns. Very climate confused because Vermont sucks this time of year. You have no idea what the weather's going to be like. Yesterday it was sunny, it was dry. It was like in the 70s. Today, plummets. No, it's 53 and disgusting spring where I am. Just trying to add some cheer to my own life. Wear bright colors. There we go. I'm going to log off for the day and I will be back on maybe for dinner. I'm not sure, but I'll see you guys on the next one.